Hello and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about how to map ha-has, and you might well ask, what is a ha-ha? Because most people don't know. A ha-ha is a special type of a ditch around the front lawn of a big house, like a manor house. So again, this is going to be very niche. But I have come across about 25 of them in my mapping time. So they do exist still. And they were created so that when you're in your big house and you're looking out over your lawn, you can see the cows grazing or the deer, but you don't want them to come onto your front lawn, so you have to create a kind of a barrier, and a fence or a wall would spoil the view. So they just dug a ditch so the deer and the cows wouldn't, jump across the ditch, or wouldn't come onto the lawn and spoil the lawn for, I don't know, whatever you do on your front lawn. It probably just looks nice and green. The first time I came across it, I remember it as like it was yesterday. I was on holidays in Ireland. That was before I moved here. And 2016, September, in Killarney, and I'll show you, they have a very short street called the Ha-Ha, which is here. And I presume it's where the Ha-Ha was at Killarney House. And I remember seeing, I think it was standing here. And I remember seeing the street sign, and the English said the ha-ha, and the Irish said, and I can't pronounce it, this here, I'll put it up bigger on the screen, which is pronounced very similar in Munster Irish, which I will show you now, because in case you don't believe me. That is how the word is spelled, but then when it gets its definite article, there's an H added, so then it probably sounds, this is what it sounds like in its normal stage.
Faha. Faha.
But I think when it gets the H, then it would be haha. So it sounds basically the same as haha, but it doesn't mean the same. So it's basically a phonetic spelling of the English word in the Irish language, but there is also a connection because it means lawn or grass. So that's very interesting. And we'll go to where I want to map the one that I discovered today in County Kildare. And it's in Simonstown West. And it is a horse farm. And you can see I've already added the horse walker and the pitch where they walk the horses and the track, and I have to stand corrected from my last video, I did that wrong. The area where the whole thing is covered in grass or in sand, you tag that as leisure equals pitch, not track, and when they walk around like here, there you use leisure track. But let's go in here, and I'm going to use JOSM again, because I can switch off the data layer. And it's more educational that way. So there's the data layer. Wouldn't make much point in switching it off now. So I'm going to load the Esri imagery. And now I'll turn it off. So you see this ditch here. I presume it somehow continues here, but I won't continue it because I can't see that. There's the ditch, and it's not a very old farm, so it's not on the British War Office map. Well, the farm is, but the ditch isn't. They might have just overlooked that when they were surveying. So I'm gonna go around this here, and I should probably just follow the lawn line. And I can't see how it continues any further, so I'll stop there. And what I add is barrier ditch, and as the second tag, ditch ha-ha. Ha underscore ha. And that's all. And I could pull this in a bit more into the center of the ditch. And then I could add this here as a meadow. Oops. I'll just finish it there. I've also added those trees there, and you can see that this tree is part of the townland boundary. And I've made a video about that as well, which I will link there or there. I don't know about the mirroring. So land use meadow, and save that. Added haha and meadow. I'll close this and then wait a few minutes or seconds and refresh, and it'll probably just be a grey line. It's not super exciting, but it'll add to the count of ha-has in Ireland, which has the highest number of ha-has mapped in the world, I think, and you can have a guess why. So as I said, it's just rendered as a line. Could be a fence as well, and sometimes they have been replaced by fences. But if I go over to Overpass Turbo now, and I have modified the search for creameries that I used earlier to include the whole of Ireland, not that there are any mapped in Northern Ireland, just to be fair and inclusive, and I've just changed to ditch equals haha. And I know that I've mapped some of them as relations where let's say there's a driveway here, and then the haha goes under the driveway, so there is a bridge, so I had to map part of it as a tunnel, and then I had to make it all a relation. So I know that I've done that with the couple, so I could leave out nodes, but anyway. So there are 27 in Ireland with a high concentration in Kilkenny and Laois, very suspicious. But I'll just show you some of the examples, just zoom in. So there's one here in Phoenix, is that Phoenix Park? Yeah, not very familiar with Dublin. So you see Michael T. Higgins has one, fancy. And then there's one here, north of Drogheda, at house with no name. And one here, and I just came across them while I was mapping buildings in all these counties. Let's see, there's one here in Kilkenny, this one here. There's a nursing home now, is it Tinney Park? Yeah, Tinney Park House, so that had a haha here. And Shankill Castle up here had one here, or still has it. I have been there, but I was only in that area, so I didn't get to explore. I was there for a job. Yeah, so you can check out the other ones, and of course it's always nice to add more, and I'll add this link for the Overpass query in the video description so you can check it out, how many there are, and you can also change. No, you can't change the region because I used the polygon. But let's say if I wanted to look for them in England, for example, ditch in England, and there are a few. So there are 13 in England, so we've beaten them. And there should be loads in France, but nobody has mapped them there. There are 2 or 3 in Germany that I've found. It's a very niche topic that, not every mapper knows what they are, but that's fine. Hopefully I've changed that a little bit. And thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and like the video, and also find my Facebook page, OSM for History Buffs. And I'm always very happy about comments, if they're positive, of course, constructive. And I'll see you in the next video. Slán.